today from super ancient culture, and how has that affected the life for those people. And so that's one way that the assessments have been implemented in my class. And a great thing about both of those is that it hits almost every single TEKS in that semester, because it's geography, it's government, it's economics, it's culture, and it's all how do those work together and affect the people's lives in those countries.
I'll go next. The assessment that we used, we had our students to create, it was an MTV project where MTV was looking to cast members to go on a road trip, and they had a budget which covers the financial literacy TEK. Then they had to choose a car, they had to choose a hotel, they had to choose destinations, so they could choose anywhere, Canada, United States, Mexico, anywhere that they could drive, because we wanted them to have that aspect where they had to calculate the miles per gallon and how many gallons of gas they need to pay for, how much they need to pay for car rentals. So finding the slope, y-intercept, unit rate, that's like the biggest part of 8th grade math. So that covers all of the category 2 TEKS, and then category 4 with the financial literacy aspect. So that's how we were able to assess them with that project.
Very cool. How did this turn out? I was curious.
It was cool. A few of them like went above and beyond and made like these nice posters with a map of everywhere that they were going to stop, like all the historical places that they wanted to stop at and stuff like that. It was pretty good.
That's awesome.
We just completed our unit, and it was, well, I teach reading language arts, so we had a story about a pregnant woman. It was a fiction story. A pregnant lady killed her husband, who is a police officer. She got away with it. And so they had, all my kids had different task cards. One had to be the husband in the situation writing a letter to the wife before he got murdered. Another had to persuade us why the wife was justified in killing. So the task card was basically whose side are you on? So I had some that went above and beyond, and they wrote their arguments as if they were lawyers. They wrote their arguments as if they were childhood friends. One of the tasks were to tell us why she basically maybe something happened in her future. So they had to use a lot of inferencing with the clues that they had in the story, the situation that they had in the story, to build a background story to bring everyone up to speed. So it was just, it was really, really fun to see everyone in their own, working with their own task card. One of the tasks were to be the detective and to take everything that they read in the story. And so part of their project was to research a Dallas police report from the 1950s, because that's the setting of the story. And they had to do the police report with the information they had in the story. And I had some kids like, I want to be a police officer when I grow up. I'm like, great. So it was just fun to see, because again, they got to use their imaginations. They used the story as a starting point to build and create more than what they ever thought that they would. So it was just like 8 different tasks, and everyone was doing their own thing. It was great to see them be creative and create something new from something that they were given.
And it sounds fun.
It really was fun, yeah. They were into it, definitely.
All right, last thing, how can we move forward for next year planning?
So I think one of the biggest things we can do is just plan ahead and build backwards. So starting with our units, build our projects, and then build the semester around that. And I think that's one thing that moving forward we all need to kind of get on board with.
Yeah, I say timing. For me, it was timing. And I know Mr. Bolton, we have 8th grade, and it comes to a point in the year, everything is star, and there's nothing else. So just to make sure that we have the timing in place, when can I get my assessment in? And I really believe that my assessment before our heavy testing area kind of helps out a whole lot, because it gives a little relief and it allows them to think outside the box, outside of ABCD answer choices. But I think timing is a lot, like planning and timing. When can I plan? I need to plan before, maybe before school starts, so that I can, have an idea of how long is this unit gonna take, how long should I spend on this. So my thing is timing.
Yeah, that is true, I think, across the board for all of us.
I'd like to see, and I would hate doing this, presenting it to the other teachers and just letting everyone see what everyone else is doing. 'Cause I think it'll
I think
motivate us.
cross-curriculum kind
It's
of coming
gonna,
together.
it will grow us as professionals, and it will just motivate us. And I think, like, we would feed off each other's energy and each other's ideas to make it even better.
Yeah, I think sometimes people get overwhelmed, especially if they're new. They get overwhelmed because you're looking at a unit as a whole.
Yep.
And I've learned that I have to
Break
see
it up.
the bigger picture. And I'm like, okay, what's my end result to be able to get to that point?
Yeah.
So I think, that would be really good.